Kind of a long question, but I think a good one. Todd, I'm at a bit of a crossroads. I'm finally starting to see some results in my game, but I also started seeing a great girl who I really like. I don't want to stop going out and improving this area of my life, but I also don't want to cut her off. Is there a way for me to do both, have the best of both worlds? So there's a lot in this question, so let's go step by step. First of all, there's this assumption that if you are in a relationship, that suddenly you have to stop getting good at game. And that's true to an extent. You can't be going quite as hard if you're, say, in a monogamous relationship, but you can still go out and talk to people. You can still flirt. You can still have lots of hot female friends. There's a lot of things you can still do. You can also still be improving yourself in other areas of life that are related to game. You can go take a stand-up comedy class. You can work on your public speaking. You can work on your business. You can get more well-read and get more centered and together as a man. So there's a lot of ways that you can be still self-improving when in a relationship. So don't think that that's not the case, and don't think that just because you're in a relationship you have to stagnate and eat potato chips on the couch all day. That's not the case. However, you also do not need to be in a monogamous relationship to be in a relationship, okay? Throughout my entire dating life, I have never had a monogamous relationship. That's a lie. I had a monogamous relationship for about 1 month at the end of one of my college semesters because I knew it was finals and I knew I was never going to see the girl again anyway. So I was just, we can be monogamous for a month while I'm studying for finals because I'm not going to go out anyway. So for 1 month, actually, I was monogamous once. But basically, for my entire adult life, I've never really been monogamous. What I've had is, for most of that time, I had what we call multiple long-term relationships, which means that I was dating different girls at the same time, and they knew that I was potentially seeing other girls. And I have actually an entire segment of a video about how to have multiple long-term relationships. I'm not going to go through it here because it would be really, really long. But check out, I'll put a link in the description to a video called The Relationship Manifesto. Check out that video. I'll actually put a timestamp on that to right when the multiple long-term relationships bit starts. So you can watch specifically that part. I actually recommend watching the whole video. It's a really, really good video, but it is long. So if you're specifically interested in MLTRs, just check out that part. So that's what I did for the majority of my dating life. Over the past 5 or 6 years, I've actually had a primary girlfriend, but I've still had an open relationship. I actually have a child, raising a family. But being a pickup coach and all that, I do have to go out. I do have to meet girls. It's part of my job. So I've had an open relationship. I can still see other people. And the key to being in an open relationship is a couple things. Number one, being a certain type of person where that will make sense. Right? If you are a very conservative, straight-laced person, it's not going to make a lot of sense. Also, you have to be a little extra value, right? So if you're giving a girl a fraction of yourself, whether it be 80% or 20% of yourself, that percentage you're giving her has to be more valuable than the 100% of whatever other guy she could have. So you have to be even more high value to maintain those kind of relationships. And you have to get really, really good at handling sort of shit tests and knowing when to put your foot down, how to stand up for yourself, while still being a loving and positive person. Again, all that stuff I won't get into too much detail, but check the link for the Relationship Manifesto, because that's all there. But what I really want to encourage you to do here is don't get into this thinking where it's either all one or all the other, where it's like this thing excludes this thing. A lot of times there are solutions where you think a little bit outside the box, and instead of accepting an assumption and being in a situation you don't want to be in, challenge the assumptions a little bit and go after the type of things you really, really want. And there are times when the relationship matters more than the girl. And what I mean by that is the type of relationship, right? So there have been times in the past where I've had the opportunity to date some really, really conservative girls, and I had a choice, right? Because they wanted me to be monogamous, and they also, in some cases, wanted me to not only be monogamous, but wait, some period of time before sleeping with them, even though they really liked me, et cetera, et cetera. And I had to make a decision. And when I've been presented with those decisions, I've basically said no. And the other thing you could do technically is lie, but I don't like being dishonest with girls either. You could technically just lie and cheat on them, but I don't like doing that. I've never really liked. I think you need to have integrity and be honest with the people you're in your relationships with. But when that time has come up, I say, listen, is this the type of relationship I want? No. So look, you're an amazing girl. I think you're great. I'd love to stay in touch with you. I'd love to pursue this if you're willing to, but I have the type of relationship that's best for my life. I have the type of way I want to live, and I'm confident and abundant enough that I believe I will attract the type of girls I want into that type of relationship, if not right this second, as my skill set grows. So it doesn't have to be an either or thing for a lot of different reasons. One, because even if you are in a monogamous relationship, you continue working on your game. And two, because there are types of relationships besides monogamous. So what I would encourage you to do is stop thinking so black and white. Find what works for you. And don't be the type of guy that's like, I'll never get in a relationship because I have to keep focusing on my game. Being in a relationship can actually help you in your game as well.